Hello everybody, I'm Looking Dumb and welcome back to the channel, or just welcome to the channel in general. Today we're going to be dyeing our hair, obviously. That's probably why you clicked on this video in the first place. If you would like to see how we got to this point with my hair, go check out a video on a joint account with me and that weird thing. I will leave the account in the description of this video if you want to go check that out. And if you don't, I will just give you a quick summary of what is going on with my hair. It's bleached. It was bleached with, I think, 40 volume because I have thick, dark hair for some amount of time that I've forgotten already. And then over it was put this like heavily blue-toned toner. So the bleaching came out fine, and then the toner did not. It's very blotchy. And of course, you know, the bleaching was slightly yellow, so blue mixed with yellow equals green. So there's some green spots in there too that I'm not a huge fan of. And that's kind of where we're at. I've taken a couple showers since then. It's not horrible. It looks mainly gray, which I don't mind. I am enjoying having something new going on with my hair. But I don't really like the yellowish greenish pieces towards the roots, so we're gonna go ahead and dye it. The issue is that the only dye that I have is this leftover dye from the last time I dyed my hair years ago. I'm not sure if hair dye expires. I think it does. And if it does, this is probably expired. I wouldn't know. But, yeah, I don't know. I can't read the expiration dates. I don't even know where they are. We're just gonna use it anyways. This is leftover what I had. It is the color Cloud from Unicorn Hair. This is the color that it is supposed to be. It is this like purplish blue, which I think will be perfect because we were going for kind of a bluish tint anyway. And then the purplish hopefully will really heavily tone those yellowish, greenish areas. And you can't make green out of not yellow and blue. I don't know what I'm saying. It makes sense in my head. I do not care if the overall tint turns out purple or blue or gray, or I don't care. I just don't want as much of this yellow that's in here. And I think the main challenge is going to be having enough. I dyed my whole head with this stuff my freshman year of high school. I'm currently a senior, so if that gives you an idea of how long it's been since I last dyed my hair. And my hair was like significantly shorter than this. It was probably about this long. And, you know, like about this much covered my entire head. Unfortunately, all we're dyeing here is this weird like halo toupee section around the top of my head. And we're working with that much dye. But there is a ton stuck on the side. Not just like a sheer layer, there's like a ton stuck on the side. I mean, not like an overwhelming amount, but enough, I'm sure. Probably. Knock on wood. I don't have high expectations for this, and I just want less yellow. That's all I care about. So, yeah, I'm gonna leave this on for as fucking long as I physically possibly can. Yeah, I think the first step that I'm going to take is to wash my hair, because I've heard many things about what state your hair should be in when you apply hair color to it. And I've heard anything from clean to 48 hours after you first shampoo it. It's been less than 24 for me since I last shampooed my hair, but the only reason that you would want your hair slightly dirty when you color it is because the oils, if it builds up too much, like it gets really dirty, will make it so the color doesn't really grip on and stick to your hair as well. But you still want that light coating of oils to protect your scalp from the hair dye. And this seems like a pretty good hair dye. I don't know. So I'm just gonna do it on clean hair. My hair scalp health is not the highest of my concerns, because like I said, this is my first time doing this in years. It's probably gonna be my last time doing this for a while. Who knows? So why don't we just get into it? I'm gonna come back when I have a fresh base to start on.
Hey, I wanted to go ahead and do a voiceover for this part because my grandmother's trying to sleep in the other room from the bathroom and it's really echoey. So I'm trying to show you the base and what we're starting with. It looks a lot more blonde on the camera, and it even looks a bit more even on the camera. I'm trying to show you the roots where it's a bit more yellow and green. And that's the back piece right there where it's the most blue, where it took the most color for some reason, which you can kind of see on camera. For some reason, it's not showing up as well, and neither is like any of the other colorful things that I'm trying to show you. But yeah, this is literally just me showing you what we're starting with and stuff, and how much hair dye we got in there. Worried because I'm probably not gonna. Yeah. And I'm trying to show you that I'm going to start on the roots. I look ridiculous. Sorry. Anyways, I think we should just get into it. I have a time lapse, so roll that. Alright, this is the part where I realized that I actually completely and entirely forgot to get some music for this part. And I really just want to get this edited and done with, so I'm just going to talk now because I don't want you to watch this in awkward silence. You can't even see what I'm doing. I'm moving so fast, man, and this is the end anyway. You can't even see it on camera. It's very blue in real life. Alright, and here's me rinsing the hair out. Yay! This took me so fucking long. I don't know what I was on. So I'm not gonna show you the entire thing because this is like a long ad time lapse. But just know that I rinsed it out. Alright, so it's been like a day. I forgot to update. Here's how it turned out. There's pretty much no difference. The blonde's slightly blonder. It's quite more blue over here, and it's not over here. So there's like barely any change whatsoever at all. Sorry, my hair's a little weird. I haven't done my hair yet today. I was about to do that actually. So I went to Target today to get some hair dye, but I didn't know what hair dyes Target had to offer, so I ended up getting Arctic Fox. I've heard a lot of mixed stuff. I've heard how good it is, I've heard how bad it is, I've heard everything in between, and I ended up going with the color Ritual. It's a darker color, and I think I'm okay with how it'll fade and stuff. So for a while, I'm going to rock this, which means this video is probably going to be out a little later than I wanted it to be, but that's okay. I'm going to rock this for a little while, and then in maybe a week or so after it fades a little bit, I will go ahead and dye it. Hey guys. I look so scary. I got a haircut, right? And the haircut's really good, I swear, but my hair's not styled right now, so I look like I have a bowl cut. But I swear I'm gonna look so swag once it's styled. I feel like you're so low and like sad down there. My grandma just texted me. She asked if I want to go to church, and I explained how I don't really like the church because the pastor's sermons are like all sexist. Because like for Mother's Day, he was like, mothers are great, but they couldn't do it without fathers, and single mothers are horrible because, you know, as much as a woman can give her child, she just can't give what a man can give to a child. And it's, Josh, I don't think that's what we should be saying on Mother's Day. But anyways, my grandma said that she would get me hot chocolate and a donut if I went, so I'm probably gonna go. And then I'll set up the top and I'll just draw the entire time in my little sketchbook. So anyways, dye hair. Yes, indeed. When she cut it, I feel like she like made it taper into my hair a lot nicer. And she cut my, oh, there's a piece that's supposed to be my rat tail that I left out. Just ignore that. She cut my
my mullet a lot shorter, and I'm so happy because now my mullet's up here instead of down here. So now it's got more of like a ba, you know? My rat tails are rat tailing more than I could have ever asked them to rat tail, and they're great. Anyways, here's the thing. The reason why I'm so like on the edge about dyeing my hair is because people keep complimenting my hair color. People are like, oh, that's super awesome of a hair color. And that's super cool. And I think it really suits you, and it reminds me of all these cool things. Like, even my dad complimented me and was like, oh, it's like frosty. Okay, we're in red lighting right now. Red. We're in like orange lighting right now, so like you can't really see the actual colors. But it's like very blotchy. Like back here, it's definitely more like yellowy, blonde. And then back here is where there's the most like blue, or like purplish stuff. And then right here in the center, towards the roots, that's like orangey. Like not even yellowy, that's like orangey. And like everything else is just kind of blonde, and it's just patchy, and some parts are like greenish, and some parts are like purplish and bluish, and the parts that are purplish and bluish are really pretty, but the weird part is that not all of it's purple bluish, it's just only sections, so it's like, I don't know. And so I'm worried to dye it and then people aren't gonna like it as much. But here's the thing, if I don't like it, then I should dye it. And you know what? Maybe it'll heal the weird 8th grade version of me who never got to dye his hair red. So, even though red's not really my color, I'm more of a blue person. Maybe it could be. Maybe red could be my color. So you know what? I think we are gonna go ahead and dye it. It's still a little damp in the front pieces here. So I'm gonna go ahead and run a blow dryer through there. Actually, come with me. Okay, we're in the bathroom. I don't know if you can see my hair, like color. It's like interesting. I don't know how much of this you can see. It's like the more bluish, purplish over here. A little bit in the top piece here, and then back here it's quite, you know, yellow in these corner pieces, and then like it's very like orangish towards these roots up here. I'm not sure what you can see right now. That was a scary noise. Anyway. Here's the color that I got. It's Ritual by Arctic Fox. And I think I said this earlier, maybe I didn't. I'm honestly really just frustrated, annoyed, and insecure about the hair dye. So I think that dyeing it a different color will help me feel more secure in it. But then also, if I really hate it that much, and there's just no color that I can find that I just really want to put in it, I'll just dye it black. Because that's the color of the rest of my hair. So I'll just go back to my natural hair color. Okay, unrelated, but I found a better way to set up my camera. I blow dried my hair just a little bit, just to let it dry the rest of the way. So now we're all dry, we're all clean. Should I read the instructions? Probably. Okay, I read the instructions. Last time when I dyed my hair with the purple, I realized that I started off with a brush and I went in between and I got all of the roots, and then I went back and I just realized it was easier to just take my hands and to work through the hands. So instead of going through with the brush and just doing all the roots first, I'm just going to take my hands and just start applying it like that. No, I think we're just gonna start. I mean, there's no else to do this. So.
Alright, and we're applying the hair. Yes, another voiceover. Yay, I'm sure that's what everybody wants instead of super cool music. Yeah, I started at the front because I'm dumb. I'm dumb, idiot, stupid, dumb. And so when I got to the back pieces, I just had to, like, flip them forward, and it looked like I was wearing a hat. But yeah, I'm sure I'll explain that later. But, yeah, I'm getting all the hair dye in there, and, doing all... Okay. I think it's pretty well saturated. I can't tell. I can't see because the lights in here are so bright that the reflections look like possibly there's spots that I missed. But I was trying to get it really well saturated. I mean, I used a lot. And again, the reflection of the light's making it look like I missed pieces, and then I'll go over them and then I realize that that's just the reflection. So I don't know. I got hair dye. I forgot to change into a shirt that I didn't care about. And this is what I get. A shirt with hair dye in it. That feels in there. That doesn't feel like it's coming out. No. I'm gonna give it to my grandma and be like, Grandma, help. I'm gonna do some research on what gets Arctic Fox out of shirts. So, yep, but I'm gonna let this sit for the rest of the night. I know you only really need to let it sit up to like 30 minutes, and people are like, oh, anything past that is just useless because it stops processing after 30 minutes. But then some people say that the longer you leave it in, the longer it stays, or the brighter or stronger the color, and I don't know what to believe. So just to be safe, because I can, and because it's not going to do any damage, I'm going to leave it in there for as long as I physically possibly can. And the interesting thing about this is that I started in the front, and then I kept moving backwards, so I kept having to like push it forwards. So now it looks like I'm wearing like a golf hat. A red golf hat made out of fur. So, okay, quick update. This is my shirt. In here, it's soaking. My grandma said we can soak it. You can't really see how the hair is looking right now because it's so dark down here. Here's the laundry room. It's so scary. Look at all the spider webs right here. I don't know if you can see it, but I hope you can because it's super cool. Yeah. Okay. I look ridiculous. Sorry, I'm trying to close the... I look so scary. It's time to wash it out, though. It's like... I don't know, actually. Hello? It's... I can't even check the time. It's either 7 or 8. I think it's 8. But I'm gonna wash it out in the bathtub. Because... yeah, I don't want to get red dye all over the sink in case this decides to stain everything. I really hope it doesn't. Okay, update. I rinsed my hair. So, no matter how much I rinsed it, it would not run clear, and that's what you're supposed to do. Wow. Sorry, I haven't actually seen it yet. And it just would not run clear no matter what. So I looked it up, and it turns out, I guess for a lot of people, it just never does run clear until like the dye completely entirely washes out. But I got it to run as clear as I physically possibly could. And I also heard that washing it with conditioner as you're washing it out can A, help the longevity, which I don't know if that's true. Don't take any of this information from me. And B, can help get out some leftover color so it doesn't stain stuff. And to be fair, after I did rinse it out with the conditioner, the water did start to run as clear as it had been, which is basically only slightly tinted pink. So I did wash my hair with my rat tails in this time, which I've never done before, but I know you can do as someone with rat tails. So, yeah, that's fun. Alright, I'm gonna be honest, I completely and totally forgot to film this outro, so this is gonna be the outro. This is what my hair looks like. This is a TikTok that I took. So, yeah. And then here is a photo of it in the sun. I think it looks a little bit more burgundy and nice, and yeah, I like it. And then here is just a reminder of what it looked like before. And then here is an after with the nice new cut and color. I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm so tired, so I'm not gonna film like an actual outro. So here's a photo of me while I do a voiceover. Thank you so much for watching this. I'm so tired. This is like a week-long project, but it's finally done. And I hope you enjoyed, and if you have any recommendations for what colors to do after this fades, let me know, and I will probably maybe do them. Who knows? I love you. Bye.